Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures. It is time once more for another dose of our weekly painting progress. And unfortunately, I know that I have seen painted models from my brother, but he has yet to send them to me, so I can't show those. But thankfully, I got a couple things done, which in and of itself is quite impressive, because for the last week here in our little neck of the woods, we've been having some wonderfully hot heat wave temperatures, well over 110 degrees on a regular basis. It has not been fun. And on top of that, we've now got winds going and wildfires. Thankfully, not exactly in our area, but definitely affecting our air quality. So it's been just a tad bit unpleasant at times. But perseverance is key here. We got a bunch of stuff painted, so let us show it off without further ado. I am now realizing I did nothing on his shield. Shame on me, and I got a smudge there. Awful. I'm guessing with the armband, well, I know it's a Victrix model. I'm going to guess it was either a Gaul or a Germanic tribesman. And one of the nice things is with bow kits, they are so fully compatible with each other that I have mixed and matched them to the point where I do not know which is which. That's always kind of cool. But it's just a nice generic barbarian type warrior. Maybe we should give him some, woad tattoo symbols all over him. I don't know. Decorate his shield. I just didn't bother yet. But I've got this inkling of an idea to have all the barbarian types fighting with the various knights from War Games Atlantic that I've been painting up, or just have them hang out with some Vikings while we're at it, also from Victrix there. Those are pretty compatible too, at least in terms of pieces, mostly heads and arms, but some of the arms have the chainmail on that, which is obviously going to be a problem when you are bare-chested. Speaking of barbarians and Vikings and those types of things, went ahead and got another one of those conquest models all done. And I can see a little bit of issues that I have not dealt with on him, but honestly, it's not going to make a difference. Good to see him joined by some of his other Conquest Raider brethren. Why I'm painting all these up when I have plenty of newer and nicer models at the moment, I don't know. But, again, they make good villains for whatever type of campaign we're going to be running. And yeah, once it cools off, I am totally getting those kids into it. Alright, let's see. In the 3D printed realm of things, I have this random little gnome. I'm assuming it's a gnome. Doesn't look like a dwarf. It looks very magically oriented. It's not the best paint job or print job. Definitely not on the base. And I want to say it probably is a Stonehaven model, because if anybody does kind of fun, cutesy little folk for tabletop games, it's probably Stonehaven. I could be wrong, but I'm probably not. That is my final answer. We're going with Stonehaven. And in addition to her, I'm assuming it's a her, it looks very feminine, but it's a gnome, I don't know. Went ahead and tried to pick off the last few of the Chosen of the Kami models I had from the Dragon Trappers Lodge. I really like that base. They had some bigger, crazier ones, but I wanted to go with something simple. Yes, he's doing earth bending, but he's not wearing earth colors. It's because I wanted him to fit in with the rest of my samurai army that I have painted. Of course, for an army, it's a very small one. It's way more skirmish scale, and I'm like darting around the table trying to find some, but I think I put them all away. Oh well. Still a cool little figure. And I mean, yeah, if you wanted to go all Avatar on these guys, you totally could. They had a bunch of different poses as well. And if you're curious about any of that, as always, we'll have those links down below where you can check them out yourself. Okay, another model that I still have yet to actually do a video on, and that is one of the forest orcs from Mom Miniatures. Looking at things now, I see that I didn't take care of the tongue thing, if that's a tongue or a disc in its mouth. I didn't finish the eyes. Everything is a bit too glossy for my tastes, but it gets the job done. I like that his polearm is basically just a jawbone strapped to a stick. We have no need for high-tech stuff around here. Huh, okay. I guess their skin tones do kind of match up. This is an earlier one I painted. One of the best things about these guys is that none of their arms are flailing around in the air. That drove me nuts about the GW Savage Orcs. Everybody, like literally, they're all just raving and having a party because they're all, you know, dancing with their arms up in the sky, whether they have weapons or not. And especially the archers. The archers, I mean, every now and then we'll get some cool ones, like the ones that were in the Warhammer Underworlds. But thankfully, Mom has a whole bunch of nicely posed orc stuff. And if you wanted to make a full warband, that is totally doable. They've got a ton of options, but they've just got a ton of stuff anyways. And I'm going to continue to tout their stuff because, number one, it's nicely sculpted. It has a lot of that old school charm to it. They're reasonably priced, and they continue to make some interesting choices in terms of models that they release. So there. Okay, moving on to our final piece, and probably my favorite this week, just because the model really jumped out to me. And that was the Barbarian, I think he was like the Barbarian King or something. And this is from Bestiarum, if you can't tell just by how interesting looking he is. I feel like I did a reasonably decent job on the painting, despite a really bad print job there. I don't know what the heck happened. They were really strong supports, and I just yanked them. And it left it all pockmarked, and rather than fill anything in, I just went YOLO and, you know, just started painting it anyways. I did paint everything under his cloak, because I didn't attach it until the very end. And I gotta say, when it's not, you know, 4x zoomed in, I think it looks pretty decent. I'm happy with most of how it came out. Every now and then it looks kind of like his skin tones on his legs are a little, like, off-kilter, but I think that's actually just shadow from his body. I wasn't initially pleased with the choices I had made for his colors, but I think in the end it actually works out well. And for as thick and as stocky as this guy is, he's actually not that big. He's wide, that's for sure. I had a Bestiarum, one of their Chaos type warriors. They've done a few of these, actually. Bestiarum is one of those that, honestly, since Alexei was first sculpting stuff, has always been, you know, at least professionally, something I've been interested in and keeping an eye on. And them and, like, Dragon Trapper's Lodge are just my favorites, I think, when consistently it comes to weird, funky stuff and really getting a lot for your money's worth. Not to say that there aren't a bunch of others that I really enjoy, but, you know, I think just for, like, the big ones, up-and-coming ones, oh, there's plenty. I can rattle you guys off a list for sure. But yeah, I really like that. I like their newer bases that they've been doing, too. They're thinner, they're flatter, they're easier to print. And they look nice. So, that's where I stand currently with the painting queue. I have a big Etten from Bestiarum that I am trying to get started on. Very slow and laborious progress because I got way too many other models from other companies. Dragon Trapper's Lodge is probably the biggest guilty party at this point, but I also am trying to clear out a bunch of stuff I started so that hopefully I can get their big acolytes, the primordial monster stuff I showed off the other day, finished up as well. We got started on those, but it's going to be slow going with that too. So hopefully out there you all are being cool, safe, and not being bothered by the heat like we are. Hopefully everybody out there is getting their stuff painted, and as always, we'll have those links down below where you guys can check this stuff out. So with that said then, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will See you back here soon. Bye-bye.